Welcome to Kautilya. We are on the topic Vijayanagara, conditions of the age of Vijayanagara. We have completed so far the political system of Vijayanagara. Now we are entering into economic conditions of Vijayanagara Empire. Continuous conflict with Bahamanis as well as Gajapatis almost became a natural phenomena for Vijayanagara Empire, as a result of which it was forced to have certain precautions, certain garnering of resources. So always Vijayanagara ruler focused on garnering resources from all possible fields. He did not leave any field unused or not being used. And see, Vijayanagara Empire, it depends upon the land revenue on the priority basis. Actually, it has become a main source of revenue for the government. Land revenue, how much rate of land revenue is there existed during Vijayanagara Empire? According to textual aspects, 1/6 of the revenue they collected from the peasants. But it's only a textual proposition. But ground reality is a different phenomena. According to the ground reality, they collected almost half of the production, sometimes 1/3 of the production. Half of the production is called Sangoru, as it was referred in the inscriptions as well as contemporary literature, and 1/3 of the production they collect is called Mungoru. Mungoru. What is meant by Koru? Koru is nothing but the production. Sangoru means half of the production, Sagan Koru. Mungoru means 1/3 of the production, Mudavantu. 1/3 of the production. So, Sangoru, Mungoru is a normal order. It's generally the tax that is collected from the people are Sangoru or Mungoru. And agriculture was given the top priority by the Vijayanagara rulers, and they focused more on providing irrigation facilities. Like best examples, let me say, Bukka 1, they built Siruveru tank near Penugonda. They focused on tank irrigation for the development of agrarian activity. Bukka 1 built Siruveru tank near Penugonda, and Salu Narasimha, he built Narasambudi tank. A tank, namely Narasambudi tank, was built by Salu Narasimha near Anantapur. And Sri Krishna Devaraya also built a great tank, namely Nagalapur tank. Sri Krishna Devaraya built Nagalapur tank with the help of Portuguese engineers. Nagalapur is a city built by Sri Krishna Devaraya in the memory of his mother Nagalambika. Nagalapur is a city built by Sri Krishna Devaraya in the memory of his mother Nagalambika Devi. There he built Nagalapur tank with the help of Portuguese engineers and came to the relief of farming community there. And many types of the crops were cultivated across the entire Vijayanagara Empire, and the most important paddy varieties as they were referred in the contemporary literature are Tigamallelu, Kharjuralu, the names, the types of varieties in paddy, Kharjuralu, Sampengalu, Rajanalu, Kusumalu, etc. They are the varieties in paddy. Okay. And they measured the land and surveyed the land with the type of devices, namely Kisaripati Gada, the devices with which they measured the land. I am listing out the devices with which they measured the land. Kisaripati Gada, it's a device with which they measure the land. Dora Gada. With the help of Kisaripati Gada in coastal Andhra, they measure the land. With the help of Dora Gada in Renadu, they measure the land. What is Renadu? Kadapa. In Pakanadu, both the devices were used. What is Pakanadu? Nellore. In Nellore area, both the measurements were used, Kesaripati Gada and Dora Gada. And agriculture was given the topmost priority there. And agro-based industries were also flourished during the time of Vijayanagara with the encouragement given by the Vijayanagara, with the fillip given by Vijayanagara. Agro-based industries also saw the heydays during Vijayanagara Empire. And the women during the leisure, they used to work on weaving activity. And moreover, a typical tax, as it was mentioned by the inscriptions and contemporary literature, namely Pinja Siddhayam. It's a name of a tax mentioned by the books. Pinja Siddhayam. This tax refers to an industry existed at that time, that is cotton cleaning industry. This tax is imposed on cotton cleaning activity at the village level. So, with that we come to know that cotton cleaning industry was also an industry at the time. They did not exempt any profession from taxation. Almost all professions were subject to taxation, with a few exceptions. Okay, even they imposed the taxes on the prostitutes, namely Ganachari tax. Taxes imposed on the prostitutes as well as beggars also, Ganachari tax. The tax collected on the prostitute houses, the revenue came from the proceeds of the tax proceeds of the prostitute houses are enough to maintain the entire police system, is namely Thalari system. 12,000 police people are being paid the salaries from the revenue proceeds coming from the prostitute houses. Okay. And then coming to the industrial activity and the commercial activity during Vijayanagara Empire. Karnoolu, Gutti, Anantapur, these areas are known for diamond industry. Diamond industry. Tadipatri, Uyuru, Adoni, known for textile industry, textiles. And in Anantapur, Vajrakarur is very, very famous for diamonds, Anantapur. Okay. And they had so many port towns. According to Abdul Razak, who came from Persia and visited Vijayanagara during the period of Devaraya II, he said that around 300 port towns are there in Vijayanagara Empire, but it's quite unbelievable. Most important port town during Vijayanagara Empire is undoubtedly Pulicat. Most important port town during Vijayanagara Empire is undoubtedly Pulicat. Okay. And the foreign trade, the foreigners who control the trade and commerce are Portuguese people as well as Arabs. Arabs held the trade relations mainly with Bahmanis, Muslim sultans, whereas Portuguese held the trade relations mainly with Vijayanagara Empire. Okay, and the Portuguese gold coins are called as pagodas. And the most important gold coin of Vijayanagara is called Fanam. And the tax which was severely, vehemently opposed by the Vijayanagara people is marriage tax. And the Vijayanagara ruler who tried to abolish marriage tax was Sri Krishna Devaraya. With the help of his Prime Minister Salu Timurisu, he abolished this tax to some extent in the areas like Kandanavolu. Kandanavolu means Karnoolu. In the areas like Kandanavolu and Chandragiri. In these areas, he abolished marriage tax and won the support of the people. After Sri Krishna Devaraya, again this tax was reinstalled, restored. And with the appeal made by Kandoja, a barber Kandoja, barbers were exempted from taxes by Ali Ramraya. So these are the important economic conditions prevailed during the period of Vijayanagara Empire. And coming to social and religious order in Vijayanagara Empire. The society was full of disorders, the society was full of superstitions and evil practices. Polygamous nature was a common phenomena. The people as well as the ruler used to have the polygamy. And next, prostitution is a normal phenomena. Okay, and gambling and intoxicating drinks, they were everywhere. We can see everywhere in the entire Vijayanagara Empire. And Kanya Sulkam, Varakatnam or dowry, these are also the practices prevalent in Vijayanagara system. Child marriage, practice of sati, they were also rampant in the Vijayanagara system. Okay, so there was no bright side in the part of society according to so many scholars who visited the Vijayanagara at the time, even from the foreign land. And Nicola Kanti said that Dasara, Deepavali and Sivaratri were the most important festivals celebrated with much pomposity by the people of Vijayanagara. And according to Nicola Kanti, Venetian traveller, on the eve of Sivaratri, the youth used to hang from iron stings as a mark of their respect and great reverence towards Lord Shiva. They used to hang from the iron stings and shed the blood as a mark of the reverence towards Lord Shiva. This was the practice made by the youth youngsters on the eve of Sivaratri, according to Nicola Kanti, Venetian traveller visited Vijayanagara in the period of Devaraya II. And animal sacrifices were also there prevalent on the time of festivals, according to Domingo Pace as well as Nicola Kanti. And Nicola Kanti said that Devaraya II had 12,000 wives, and out of them 2,000 were ready to commit practice of sati in case of the death of their husband. So this shows how polygamous nature was deeply entrenched in South Indian society by the time of Vijayanagara rulers. And then coming to the religious front of Vijayanagara Empire. Basically, Vijayanagara came into existence with the sole objective of the protection of Hindu Dharma, and they have vowed themselves to the protection of Hindu Dharma. And the very title suggestive of their commitment to the protection of Hindu Dharma. What was their conventional title? Veda Marga Pravartaka. Veda Marga Pravartaka. Vaidika Marga Pratishthapanacharya, Veda Marga Pravartaka. This conventional and usual title of Vijayanagara Empire, respect to the dynasties, is very much suggestive of the fact that they had committed themselves, adhered themselves to the protection of Hindu Dharma and Vedic Dharma. But even though they have showed the golden principle of religious tolerance because of some political compulsions, what are the political compulsions compelled them to observe the principle of religious tolerance? First one, it is a vast empire where many sections of people existed, and among them so many faiths are there, many religions are there, many cultures are there, many language disparities are there. And it is the duty on the part of a ruler to have the reconciliation between all these conflicting elements in order to bring about the social unity, in order to combat the powerful and potent enemies like Bahamanis. Internal unity is a factor that is very much warranted for waging the war on the powerful enemies like Vijayanagara and Gajapatis of Kalinga. In order to make the people united, Vijayanagara rulers followed the golden principle of religious tolerance. What are the best examples to denote the secular polity of Vijayanagara rulers? The best example is Bukka 1. Bukka 1 built Siruveru tank. Bukka 1, he has made conciliation between the rivaling groups Veera Vaishnavites and Jainis at Srirangam. He did not support Vaishnavites. On the contrary, he provided amicable solution for the ongoing struggle between the Veera Vaishnavites and Jainis. He did not come to the rescue of, he did not support the cause of Veera Vaishnavites because of Hindu. Okay, and next, Devaraya II, he allowed Muslims in his army. It is the best example, best sign of religious tolerance. And according to Ferista, he even renovated some of the mosques and constructed the new ones also. He used to keep Quran version in front of him while making administration. And next, Sri Krishna Devaraya, personally he is a great admirer of Vaishnavism. That is evident through so many characters in his great work Amukta Malyada. But he gave Gopura Mandapas to both Shaivit temples and Vaishnavit temples and showed the golden principle of religious tolerance. And Sri Krishna Devaraya punished Santilingappa. Sri Krishna Devaraya punished Santilingappa when he resorted to torturing Jainis at Sri Sailam. Okay, and Ali Ramaraya allowed even cow slaughter in the Muslim inhabited areas in Vijayanagara. Ali Ramaraya allowed cow slaughter also in the Muslim inhabited areas in Vijayanagara. These are all the examples of the secular polity followed by Vijayanagara ruler as a part of the political compulsions, as a part of their diplomacy and statesmanship. Like that, the Sangama rulers, they followed Kalamukha Shaivism personally. And their main deity was Virupaksha, Shiva. And their inscriptions also end with the title Sri Virupakshaya. And their guru was Kriya Sakti. And their Sangama people guru was Kriya Sakti. The most important center of Smartha tradition at that time, was Srungeri. What is Smartha tradition? Worshipping all deities is called Smartha tradition. It is a secular way of worship is called Smartha tradition. It was initiated for the first time by Adi Shankaracharya in order to bring about the unity and the conflicting elements of Hinduism. So Smartha tradition was centered at Srungeri near Mysore in Vijayanagara Empire. Like that, Madhva religion or Dvaita philosophy. Madhvacharya propounded Dvaita philosophy. We can call it as Madhva religion. Because of the Madhva religion, its popularity, Hanumanta or Anjaneya Swami also got more popularity during this period. And from Maharashtra, Vithoba worship entered into Andhra Desha. Vithoba worship. Vithoba means Vittala Swami. And Sri Krishna Devaraya also, as a matter of fact, is a great devotee of Vithoba or Vittala Swami. Okay. And then the Dvaita philosopher Vyasatirtha, welcome to Kautilya. Dvaita philosopher Vyasatirtha was there in the court of Salva Narasimha. Great rapport was there between Salva Narasimha and Vyasatirtha. Okay. And coming to the Vaishnavite families, two popular Vaishnavite families are there during Vijayanagara Empire, Tarlapaka family and Tatacharya family. Talapaka family was patronized by Salva dynasty people. Tatacharya family was admired by Tuluva and Araviti people. Tuluva and Araviti people. Tatacharya family was admired by Tuluva and Araviti people. Talapaka family was admired by Salva people. Okay. And then from the time of Venkatapati Raya III to Venkatapati Raya II, from the time of Venkatapati Raya II, on the coins we have witnessed a name, Sri Venkateswaraya. Sri Venkateswaraya. This is about the religious conditions during Vijayanagara Empire. And coming to literature, both Andhra, Telugu as well as Sanskrit and Kannada literature, all languages in South, they were flourished during the period of Vijayanagara Empire. And coming to Telugu literature, really it was a golden age in the annals of Telugu literature in South India. And it was recognized official also. And in South India, in Telugu, so many magnum opus works came from this age. And especially Ashtadigajas said to have adorned, Ashtadigajas are said to have adorned the court of Sri Krishna Devaraya named as Bhuvana Vijayam. But it is a story, we cannot believe it, that 8 people belong to one particular period is not believable. They are related to different periods. Let me sum up the names of the Ashtadigajas and their important works. Allasani Peddana wrote Swarochisha Manusambhavam. Swarochisha Manusambhavam. It is also called as Manucheritra. Manucheritra. Nandi Timmana wrote Parijatapaharanam. Parijatapaharanam. Durjati wrote Sri Kalahastiswara Mahachyam. Kalahastiswara Mahachyam. And Sri Kalahastiswara Satakam. Madaya Gari Mallana wrote Rajashekara Charitra. Rajashekara Charitra. Ramaraja Ayyalarazu Ramabhadrudu. Ayyalarazu Ramabhadrudu. Ramabhadra wrote Ramabhyudayam. Ramabhyudayam. Ramaraja Bhushana is also known as Bhattumurti. He wrote Narasa Bhupaliyam. Harishchandra Nalopakyanam. Pingali Surana, he wrote Kala Purnodayam. Prabhavati Prajumnam. Raghava Pandaviyam. Tenali Ramakrishna wrote Panduranga Mahachyam. Ghatikachala Mahachyam. Udbhatarajya Charitra. Okay, and Sri Krishna Devaraya himself is also a great scholar in Sanskrit as well as Telugu language. In Telugu, Sri Krishna Devaraya wrote Amukta Malyada. It was one of the Mahakavyas in one of the Pancha Mahakavyas in Telugu. Amukta Malyada is also known as Vishnu Chittiyam. Vishnu Chittiyam. It was dedicated to Lord Venkateswara Swami of Tirupati. And Sanskrit also, it was flourished during the period of Vijayanagara Empire. So many great works came from this age. For instance, Vidyaranya wrote పరాశర మాధవీయం. పరాశర మాధవీయం. రాజనాథ డిండిముని wrote. రాజనాథ డిండిముని సాలువాభ్యుదయం. దేవరాయ టూ wrote. మహానాటక సుధానిధి. గంగమాంబ wrote. గంగాదేవి ఆర్ గంగమాంబ మధురా విజయం. శ్రీకృష్ణదేవరాయ హిమ్సెల్ఫ్ wrote. సకల కథాసార సంగ్రహం. సకల కథాసార సంగ్రహం. మదాలస చరిత్ర ఎట్సెట్రా. లక్ష్మీనారాయణ కవి wrote. సంగీత సూర్యోదయం. These are the great works in Sanskrit came from this AS. Thank you very much.